Sonam Kumari, Koti Swati Rao, Tanvi Bangera, Tanushri, Vignesh P. Kodua, Vikram Shetty, Barboza, Vishwas Kini, Vitesh Kumar B,
Learning and excellence, we at the Institute encourage our students to pursue their academic career with rigor and a sense of commitment. We are sure that all of you are curious and excited to know who are those MBAs considered to be the best among the best. Yes, first of all, let me take the category, the best project report. Before I announce the name of the winner, let me cordially invite an erudite scholar and the guiding spirit of our institute, Dr. N.K. Tingalaya, who is also the chairman of the Academic Council of our institute, to award a citation and a cash prize of Rs. 5,000 instituted by the Vibrant Alumni Association of our institute. Well, the project prepared by Ms. Kavya M.N., title and internship report on managing digital marketing campaigns at HMI Technologies has been independently adjudged as the best project, and this project was prepared under the guidance of Dr. Mohsin Ahmed, professor of our institute. Ms. Kavya, please move on to the stage and receive the citation from Dr. N.K. Tingalaya and also the cash award of Rs. 5,000. instituted by the alumni of our institute. Congratulations on your performance. Thank you, sir. Let us now move on to the most coveted award, that is the Academic Topper Award. This award includes a citation and a gold medal. We are inviting our distinguished chief guest, Sri H. Kumar, to do this honor. Ladies and gentlemen, here is a true witness to excellence. Miss Kavya MN, bearing the university seat number 4NM13 MBA 57, has secured the first place in the MBA degree examinations of 2013-15 batch with 9 CGPA and has been declared as the academic topper. Miss Kavya MN is requested to receive the citation and the gold medal from Sri H. Kumar. Congratulations on your performance. We are very happy to communicate to you that in our MBA program, the CGPA all-time record point of 9.05 is still in the name of Mr. Rakesh Shetty, who was the MBA student of our institute for the academic year 2010-12. Soon after the completion of his MBA degree, he has joined our institute as a professor. Right now, he is on the dais. Has been adjudged as the best outgoing student of the year 2013 and 15. Amritya Mead receiving the gold medal from Dr. S. Ramanand Shetty, and a citation is presented to him. He is the best outgoing student of this institute for the academic year to Dr.
My oath. I pledge today that I will do everything in my capacity, louder, to uphold the dignity of my alma mater, Justice K.S. Hegde Institute of Management. I promise to strive for the betterment of humanity by practicing the management profession as a responsible citizen with social and ecological concern,
It has been a really nostalgic day for me here. A couple of days back, Mr. Shankaran came and met me in my office and requested whether I can be part of this function. I said, sir, I will definitely come if I am in Mangalore. That was the only rider because I come of professors and academicians, and my dad by himself has been quite a very senior and respected academician. of your parents. And today, more than you, your parents sitting here, and those of the parents who couldn't make here, they are very, very proud of you. I can very, very, convincingly say that, and I am proud as any one of them here standing in front of you. Guys, dudes, right? You are all starting a new life, right? From a dependent on your family or your parents, you are now going to get into your life where you are going to be independent. You have to choose your life. I am sure the first step what you have done is you have chosen the company where you wanted to work. So that's the first major decision what you have taken. What do you take out from here? Two things. One is your academic degree, what you have got from here. The learnings, what you have gone through the college days, in the classrooms, with the support of the eminent professors, who would have taught you lots and lots and lots of theory and, practices. And that's the biggest learning what you are taking from here. The second most valuable learning, what you are taking with you today, is your value system. The value system which have been imbibed by your parents, by your professors, by your lecturers. This value system is going to be the backbone in principally deciding your future, both in career, in terms of the career and in terms of a personality, and what you are going to do in the future for the organizations where you are going to work, or for the national development, or for the development of the nation. So keep these value systems very clear in your mind. Quickly, to touch upon discipline. There should be no compromise on discipline. So discipline is a very important value. Commitment. Be committed to whatever you do. And you do whatever you do with passion. The third important point I would like to put across to you is integrity. The integrity both in operations, in whatever you do, and also being, honest to oneself. That's a very key value which you need to start from today, this moment, the moment you step out of this room. That will only take you to heights. Then, inclination to learn. Don't stop this learning curve. In any case, nobody can stop the learning curve. Every day till your death, you are going to learn something or the other. Today, it has been a learning experience for me. I am sure to all the people sitting here. So, continue your learning pursuit. That is what will take you to longer strides. Once you step out of this college campus and get into an organization, suddenly you will find in a different environment, and where, while your individual brilliance has to work, what you immediately need to learn is how to work in a team. You have got friends, you have got very close friends, and you can choose your friends. But in an office environment, in a business environment, you can't choose your friends, you can't choose your bosses, you can't choose your subordinates. So you have to quickly transform and learn how to work in a team and become a good team player. So the teamwork, when you get into an organization, becomes extremely important. While you are now loaded with the degree and a lot of classroom learning, what you need to learn at the workplace is through everybody. You have to start learning from your superiors, from the workers, from the employees, from your juniors, seniors, everybody. And what I suggest as a practicing manager is immediately as soon as you join an organization, whether with the idea of continuing there for a couple of years or not, adopt a mentor in the college, in the organization. Adopt one of your managers as the mentor who is willing to open up, who is willing to teach you, who is willing to do things for you. What will happen from the comfort of the home, from the comfort of the institute, when you get into the hostile environment of in the industry, you will need a mentor. Please keep this point in mind. Now I will start talking a little about the global business. You are all now masters in business administration. You know what business is. And any business in the world exists for making profit. As the famous professor Adrian Slovitsky has said, if you are in a business, you have to make profit. If you are not making profit, you have no business to be in that business. So this is the fundamental truth, and this is what people are going to expect from you from tomorrow itself, because you are going with an MBA degree. Some of the people will think that you have got a quick fix solutions for everything, the problems in the organization. So challenges will start mounting day by day. The global business is changing so fast, my dear friends. So what you need to know and keep in mind is you will have to respond to the changes quickly, rather instantaneously. I am, in fact, not fully correct when I say that. The saying goes, if you respond to changes in business, you will survive. I repeat, if you respond to changes in business, you will only survive. If you move with the change, you will succeed. But if you make the change, you will lead. If you make the change, you will lead. So can you do that? Just think of 4 or 5 guys in the world in the last 2 decades who have changed the world, starting from Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg. Hundreds of examples. Not only this software industry. So many examples you will see in your front. So can you be leading the change? And if you lead the change, you are the leader. Why I am saying this? Global business, gone are those days of simple business houses in the country or in a small village or in a township or in a city or in the Indian, business environment itself. Whatever happens in the world affects you the next day. And I am in an industry which we get affected the next minute. The global oil economy, I will not speak much about oil, I will speak more about business and management. But I just want you guys to understand. Today, as you come to my room, some of you can come anytime. Dr. Shankaran has seen this. The only thing I keep looking at is the Brent screen, We have got a Reuters screen where the crude oil prices, the exchange rate prices, the cracks, what you call it, because what you buy the crude and process and you sell it into different products, the price movement of those products, what is critical to me is only those. A small bombing of, they say Yemen by Saudi Arabia pushes the dollar cost by oil prices by a couple of dollars. And that has got an immediate impact the next day or the next minute in the global market. We survive in a very, very, very difficult and challenging environment, in a very challenging times. And that is where, we need managers. That is where we need young, executives, brilliant MBA students like you, who can come and be part of the challenge. And, part of the challenge, responding faster and faster. So, anything will affect business. Anything, any problem happening anywhere across the globe. If the Greek economy is down, there's a problem. If there's a degrowth in US, if the demand of gasoline comes down in US, the global economy comes down. If there's a slower growth of polypropylene or petrochemical products in China, the entire demand goes down. So it affects the balance of payment. It affects the foreign exchange reserves. If the crude prices go from 60, from where it is now, back to 108 like last year what we saw. We saw from 108 to 43, 47. If this kind of a swing happens, the global changes, your economy is going to be affected. It will affect inflation. The RBI will start, tightening the lending rates. What will happen? There will not be growth. If there will not be growth, I am only touching upon the macroeconomic factors. If there is no growth, what happens? What do aspiring MBAs, aspiring graduates, aspiring, engineers, they do? So there is a challenge. So gone are those days of inclusive business in and around your area. It is everything is global now, and global economy, global developments are going to be, hurting you, helping you, pushing you down, pushing you up, whichever way. So my dear friends, keep abreast of the developments in the world. What is happening in the global economy? That is very, very important. Why I am saying this, all this long story I told, is because you have to be abreast with the global economy. What is happening across the globe? What are the geopolitical developments that is happening? And that is very important as you grow in an organization. Now what will happen is, there are many engineers or many MBA graduates who will join an organization. Together, maybe even, I don't know, 3 or 4 of you are joining one of the same company. I've seen your placement profile. All of you are not going to become the CEO of that company. Who will become the CEO? Only one. If 10 guys are joining an organization, 10 guys are joining a consultancy firm like, say, McKinsey, from IIM Ahmedabad or IIM Calcutta, or any of the top-notch institutes. Only one of them go to the global level. Why? Not that other people are bad. As you join an organization, as you get into these things, there is going to be tremendous competition. You have seen competition in your 10th standard exam, 12th standard exam, in your graduation, BSc or BCom or BBA or whatever graduation you have done. Now in the postgraduate exam. So this competition will continue in life. It will not stop. So never ever think that you are going to have a cushy life. No. You have to be competing with the best of best. And that is what is going to be hitting you day in and day out. So what do you do? The question is, or how does the people who come to the top, how do they look at things differently? That is where the innovation comes into picture. How much you can innovate? Initially you start with step innovation. As you go and join an organization tomorrow, start looking around and start asking questions. Why is glass is kept like this? Why not like this? Keep asking questions. It might look stupid, but the people may ridicule you. But somewhere somebody will recognize that what you are talking or what you are challenging the existing practices, something will come out of that, and then that kickstarts the cycle of innovation. So be innovative, and if you are innovative, you are going to be recognized in any organization. I can only think of a retail example for that. We are all used to, when we were young kids, our age group, a lot of people are sitting on the dais. We have only seen the traditional grocer. You want something for the house, you go and your mom will give you a list with some money, you go, give the list, you will pack things and give it. Gone are those days, and what has happened now is suddenly in the late 90s, early 2000, we started the single brand or the multi-brand retailing, where people like, the Big Bazaar, and in India, I'm only naming in India, those kind of people started flooding the market, almost threatening to push these guys, the traditional merchants, away from business. Today you see what has happened. 4 or 5 kids, smart kids, innovative kids. I'm calling them kids because they are all in their early 30s or late 30s. That transformed the business. Right? E-commerce. And who can say that it will last for another 20 years or 10 years? We don't know. Some other young kid from one of you sitting here may come and change the world. And you will innovate something which will change the entire game of business. So can you do that? What is required for that? You have to be abreast of technology. So one is your value system. The second is innovation. Third is technology. Be abreast with the technology. I had the opportunity to interact with Ram Sharan recently in the US. He told me 3 things. Kumar, take these 3 mantras and go. I said, what, sir? He said, data, analytics, and algorithm. Data, analytics, and algorithm. He says, this is what is going to change the world. Whether it is processing of crude, drilling of crude, whether it is selling automobiles, whether it is selling biscuits, whether it is selling even Maggie, it's going to be only data, analytics, and algorithms. And I keep wondering, when I come back and see what is happening in the world, everything is touched by these 3 things. Amazing. That's why they are thought leaders. I'll touch upon a little leadership also. I hope I have time. So, thought leaders. You and me don't make the thought leaders. We are only, we gain experience. But the good thing is we have got the opportunity to meet these kind of people. And I am sure when you say that, it is that impact we are seeing. Now, having said that, keep this in mind. And be prepared to face the onslaught from the technology, side. whenever you are taking a, now that you are a business graduate and you are being taken in an organization, see what is the vision of that company. When you go and join the company, ask somebody what is the vision of this organization. Some of the companies will be having a vision. Some people may not have. Don't get dejected. You be the change agent. You make the vision statement. You create a vision statement involving the entire cross-section of the employees, officers, and the management, if they don't have one. Because I personally feel if a person or an organization or a society or a nation is not having a vision, we are not going to go or reach anywhere. It is extremely important to have a vision. From the vision, of course, I am not touching into the theoretical portion of, getting into, mission and strategy and all. But strategy is a very, very important thing. Again, I am only talking from my personal experience with, again, thought leaders. In the year 2006, I was in US, in Atlanta. I went to a company called NCR, National Cash Registry. That is where the first, computer was created in the world, or the calculating machine was created. And IBM today, which is a global company, is an offshoot of NCR. And the revered late C.K. Pralasab was, a member of the board of the NCR company, USA. So I was fortunate to have a very good interaction with him. He was telling, Kumar, what is strategy? According to me, strategy is the most understood or misunderstood word in the entire management arena. He says, look, there is a company, there is an objective. There is a mission, vision. Leave apart that. You have a set of resources. You have some inputs. Okay? You have, some process, and you have certain outcomes. This is a common thread across the industry, whether the pharmaceutical industry or petroleum industry, automobile industry, any industry, that is it. It is absolutely similar. So he says if somebody is good at strategizing, somebody is good at strategizing and strategy, he can fit into the US armed forces to the, FMCG company like Procter & Gamble also. So I am sure you would have learned a lot of strategy, and I had a very useful suggestion. There is one part, that's a common thread. That forms a common thread. But go and carefully start applying all this. Start getting into the, strategic team, if possible, of the company what you are joining. You will have more work for your brain, and I am sure that is where your, focus will come out, and you will be definitely adding a lot of weight, name, and value to your institute also. Having said this, each one of you sitting here is a leader. At the end of the day, I can tell you, there is nothing other than leadership as you go. All the parents sitting here, all the ladies, all of you are leaders. You have been leading the life of your families. I don't know how many of you have ever thought of that you have been a great leader at home. And without your leadership, I am sure the family would have gone disarray. The men may claim anything, but sincerely, my hats off to the ladies to, lead the... It's not an easy job, I know that. If we are to find our way to a better world, stable environment, and all aspects which is inclusive, we need people who can see beyond today. Why do we have management graduates? It is not that no ordinary graduate cannot do that job. Because you can see beyond today. You have been trained to see beyond today. Spark hopes instead of despair. When you go to a place, at your workplace, The expectation is that you will come with a spark and not with a despair. And draw others into a journey of transformation. So you are going to be the agent of change. You are going to be the agent of the transformation. So the country, the nation, the company, the organization needs great leaders who can think and act in new ways. Women and men who are unafraid to travel the road less taken, the road which is less, taken or don't take the beaten path, and take the companies to a better place. I also would vehemently urge each one of you to have a dream, because that is extremely important. I read Ralph Charles. He says, I am quoting him, nobody succeeds beyond his or her wildest expectations, unless he or she begins read somewhere which really I like, I wanted to share with you. Sadly, most of us die in mediocrity. I'll repeat, each one of us is born into genius. Sadly, most of us die in mediocrity. Don't be satisfied with, anything. See keep questioning whether you can do it in a better way. Can I do this better than somebody else? This urge you need to develop, every one of you sitting here. Then only you can succeed and super succeed in life. There is a saying, why I am talking about this leadership journey. In leaders, see solutions. Victims recite problems. In any organizations, it will happen. There are, normal people who come and say, sir, this problem is there, that problem is there. Every organization, this problem will be there. But there will be one guy who will say that, okay, that's the problem, but this is the way we can solve it. And this is the initial steps of showing leadership. I will tell you a small story of a US Army. They conducted a research on the attitude, which is extremely important. What is the difference between a leader and a manager? The leader has the attitude. The manager may not have the attitude to take on things. So they were doing a lot of experiment in leadership, because the armed forces need the best of the best leaders who can take instantaneous decisions. So they have got an institute where they start looking at children from very young age. So they spot talent. They see extremely intelligent kids, extremely positive children, I would put it that way. And there are mediocre children or, some guys who are extreme. I don't want to use the word negative, who are not, you have got a problem with everything. So in one of the experiments, what they did, they took two children. One kid who is extremely positive. That child, they put him in a cellar like this, full of horse shit. And the other guy, the second guy, they put him in a room with all the best kind of toys one can ever imagine. And after 8 hours, they went first to the guy with the not so good attitude. They thought at least with all these gadgets and toys and things which can keep him happy, he must have been happy. There should have been some change in the attitude. They went and opened the door and asked that child, how are you feeling? This guy said, oh, it has been terrible 8 hours. I am sitting on this, it is rocking. I am sitting on this, it is squeaking. I am sitting on that is shouting. I am sitting on that is moving. He has got a problem with every toy in that room, with every gadget in the room. And then, so they thought, at least the other guy was a highly positive guy. I think he must have got mellowed down a bit. So they go down and they find him, throwing shit all around. And they asked, what is happening? He said, I find so much of horse shit here. So there has to be a horse somewhere. Can you be that guy looking for the horse among the horse shit? Because in most of the organizations, initially you will see only that. So you have to look for the horses. And be a change agent again, That is where the leadership comes in. What is a leader? Everybody would have spoken to you, many people would have spoken to you about leadership and leaders. For me, 2-3 big things for leaders. You don't need to be a title to be a leader. I am borrowing from Robin Cook. You don't need to have a title. Because don't think I am a manager, I am a vice president, I am a assistant vice president, I am a MD, I have to be a DGMGM, nothing. All what matters is your image. IMAGE, image. I stands for innovation. I stands for innovation. M stands for master, domain knowledge. The moment you people know that you are the guy, you are the expert in this domain, then that's it. People will flock to you. A stands for authenticity. Authenticity of what you say. The legitimacy or the credibility. What kind of a credibility you build for yourself? What kind of an authenticity you build for yourself? People should say, if Dr. Shankaran says, that is it. That's the final word. So that is authenticity. G, guts. When you work in an organization, you need to display a lot of them and many a times. Because without guts, things won't move forward. You will get into very difficult situations, which will sometimes call for the kind of, decisions. But then you need to show that guts. And E stands for ethics. You have to be ethical. If you are not ethical, none of what you say or do or act or give instructions, nothing will be obeyed. Keep this at the back of your mind, my dear children. The second thing is about leaders. Turbulent times build great leaders. Take World War II, take anything, take the Great Recession. Always turbulent times have created the greatest leaders. And what? All these leaders will have one common thread among them. I was talking about spark a little bit earlier. That spark should be there in you. And that is what this business management gives you, that spark. The edge over others. And what is spark? Speak with candor. You people are trained for that. Speak with candor. P, prioritize. You will be dumped with hundreds of work. Please prioritize your work, which you have been trained here in the institute. A, there will be a lot of adversity, as I said. Don't look at the adversity. Don't be the victim of circumstances. Look for solutions. Adversity breeds opportunity. Look for opportunity. And or respond. Don't react. This I am telling after 30 years of 33 or 35 years of work experience. Initially we will all react. Keep the temptation to react. Because reaction will not help you. Assimilate what the other person says, even if he is wrong. Give a mild response. And K, kudos for everyone. Share your success. I told you have to be a team player. Start when your team wins. Even if you are the leader of the team, please share the kudos. Share it with everybody. There will be four of them who absolutely don't deserve that. But you give the credit to them also. At least we say in Hindi, Sharam say, next time they will work. So that is what will happen. And deepen your relationship. If you are going to be a strong leader, you need to deepen the relationship. How people, you would have seen politicians. I am a political person, but I got great admiration for politicians. I interact with politicians on a daily basis. The way they remember names, the way they remember their people, the way they remember hundreds and thousands of workers, that is a personal leadership what they create. That personality, that bonding they create with people. They show their human side. I'm not getting into the other aspects, but only I am talking about the human side of people. You have to be helpful. If somebody come with a problem in your organization when you become manager, I am not telling this for tomorrow, but after 20 years, because this day is not going to come back again. After 20 years, when you remember this day, you please remember, you have to be helpful to people. If you have got 10 subordinates, you need to help them. You will have to find out what is their problem. You will have to help them. U stands for understanding. Understand their needs. Understand their problems. M, mingle with them. You will find many of the, I have seen, here and when some people came in for taking the degree, there was a huge round of applause. Some people received only a little bit of applause. Not because of anything. It's the capability to network. The capability to mingle with people. Please develop that. Going forward in life, your network only will help you. You have to mingle with people. A stands for amuse. Amuse people once in a while. Call your subordinates and crack a joke. They will like it. Everybody in the world likes a joke. Okay? Amuse the guys around. They will be very happy. And nurture people. When you become leaders, when you become managers, you need to spend time to nurture the guys. There will be people working under you. They may not be good enough, but they are after all there because they are good. They have got some positive attitude. Something is positive on them. Nurture them. There are 12 traits, as they say, in emotional intelligence. I'll just take another 2-3 minutes. Emotional intelligence is the latest subject which is being, spoken about, practiced. Richard Boyce and Danny Goleman has been doing a lifetime of experiments on this. And I had the fortune to interact both of them, very, very closely for maybe, 3-4 days. They're all great guys. They're deciphered the human brain. This 350 grams between the 2 ears, your amygdala, your hypothalamus, your frontal lobe, this is what controls the entire life, the emotions. So understand the emotions. Maybe some other time I'll talk about it. Emotionally, a leader has to be very strong. You will find that the best of the best leaders are emotionally very stable. There are 12 traits in an emotional, intelligence scale. And if we rate people very often, in Hindustan Petroleum, I used to be a part of the original group, the founding group. We started the Forum for Emotional Intelligence in India. Along with the Tata Institute of Science, Social Sciences, we started the institute. I have worked extensively on that and I have been part of the founding group. So what the experts say is somebody will have only 1 or 2 traits wherein will be strong. Ignore the balance 10. Work on those 2. Because in the office, you are his manager. You need to pull out his potential. You need to get delivery from him. So if you want deliverance from him, kind of cultivate him, nurture him. And finally, I would say, to be a great leader, you have to become a good person first. You have to become yourself a very good person. You have to shine. You have to set the example. Shine means see clearly. Don't get myopic. When you go in an organization, multiple pressures will work on you. He's my person. He's from my state. He's from my college. He's from my university. He's from my childhood friend. Or he's my wife's friend or my relative. Organizations cannot be run like that. You can't be myopic. You have to see things very, very clearly. And this is for, of course, the second letter in SHINE is H. That is more applicable to the practicing managers. Invest in health. People say we all have to go to invest a lot in health because health is becoming questionable these days. And I, as a leader, in SHINE, be inspirational. You have to inspire others. You hear somebody singing a good song, you feel like singing with them. Somebody dancing well, you feel like dancing. That's it. That kind of inspiration you should put in your organization. And of course, not applicable right now for you. Never neglect your family. Because, as I said, the family is what stands behind everybody. And without the family support, nothing happens. Never neglect your family. And with all this degree and good jobs and what money you are going to earn from tomorrow, elevate your life. Start spending my kids, enjoy life. Elevate and enjoy life. Before concluding, I will fondly recall Ayn Rand. He says, the sight of an achievement is the greatest gift a human being could offer to others. Like the sight of an achievement is the greatest gift a human being could offer to others. Today you have offered the greatest gift to your parents because you have achieved something. Continue this journey. Continue to provide this gift of achievement to others around you who will feel happy for you. And concluding, finally, I would like to kind of fondly remember the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi. He said, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. My dear young friends, I am sure all of you are going to shake this world. All the very, very best. God bless you all. Thank you.
Salutations to you, sir. He is an accomplished academician and enlightened surgeon, an able administrator, and above all, a person with a milk has been rendering a signal service with foresight to mold Nita University as a world-class university. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the highly respected Professor Dr. Ramanand Shetty, presiding officer of this.
It's a celebration for all of us. Those who are sitting on the dais, of course, it is for 1 or 2 hours we are enjoying this moment. For you and your parents and your teachers, probably it is the biggest moment. It is a moment of cherishing your laurels, what you have achieved. It is a moment to think about your future seriously. That is most important from today onwards. Good education is always a power. It's a long-term investment for parents. And it is being said, once you give them the education, it's a sort of weapon you are giving to them to face the challenges of the life. And it's also been said, it's a tool. Tool for what? Tool for changing the whole world. If you look at the country, it would change the social fabric of the whole country. It will change the political system. It will change the culture of the country. And mostly, what we are thinking from the business point of view, it would change the whole economy of the country. Thereby, all of us have to be involved in bringing these changes. It could be in a political system, it could be in a social system, it could be in the cultural system, or it could be in the economic. You are talking too much about business, you are not going to accept my words. I'm scared to sit with Mr. Thingalai and N.S. Shetty because they are giants in the field of the banking and finance. Again, I don't have any place. I'm not supposed to speak about health because you are not health science graduates. But still I thought what I can think, what is happening today. No. With the day, it has become an educational hub of our district, slowly changing like Mangalore and Manipal and all those places. To understand ourselves and we want to advise others. This is what is happening. That's why I thought, let me talk about our own country. Because sometimes we feel our country is not developed, we are poor, comparing to this and that, so many things. But it is not that. We have our own position in this finally think about our country. Then when it comes to education, we are in the third position next to US and China. It is not bad, it's very good. Then we are not developed country yet. We are in the process of developing. Because you see that for the last 65, 67 years, we got freedom. Now we can do what we want to do. We have a lot of liberties. But the whole world is watching our country today. Whole world is talking about our country, and they are telling it's a emerging economy in days to come. That means there has to be some reason for this prediction. Their prediction is India is going to be the most powerful country, most powerful, probably beating America. I don't know, they say most powerful. Whom we are going to beat, I'm not very sure, by 2050. This prediction is very good, it's not bad. But we look at the calculation, how they arrived at this calculation. What is the basis for this? This thought pumping is from our own creation, or the whole world is accepting this calculation. That is important. Yes, if you sit back and think coolly, probably there is a reason, there is a basis for these calculations. The main thing is ours is a young nation. Average age of our population is just 29. Comparing to other countries, probably it is over 35, China 37. This means the average age of population, India has got an advantage over all other countries in the world, and we speak English. We feel sad. Kannada medium schools are getting closed, the children are not going there. But we speak English because it is slowly becoming a global language, and if you don't learn, if you don't speak, you won't be able to compete globally. That's why. Then we have 660 million people. Half of our population is below the age of 35. That's what our Prime Minister has been telling. We have a solid population of 35 crores, and it is like 4 America put together will become 1 India. You know that. It is about 30 crores is their population. We are about 130 crores nearly. So this is not about the numbers and averages. It makes difference, or the data and the statistics. What is important is what type of people we have. To say that the country is a good country or the quality country, it all depends on the quality of the people or the citizen you have. How these qualities of citizens? Our chief guest said today, the value-based and so many other things. Do we have such type of people? Do we create such type of people through education? That means the quality education is most important to make people a quality people. Then how this quality education would come? Will it come just like that by building huge buildings? No, it will not come. You need to have a quality teachers like Rakesh Shetty. That's what I heard, because you are sitting at the back. Rakesh Shetty with CGP is not broken yet. You are all waiting to break it. It is about the quality of teachers what we are talking about, and quality of infrastructures and lab and all those things are necessary. And the most important, that is Dr. Shankaran's brainchild always, he talks about the quality of programs. It is not just having this thing, routine curriculum you are following, it will not lead to anywhere. You have to have a quality programs, then only we will be able to achieve that. See, each one of us have to play a major role. Whether you are a doctor or a dentist or a nurse or a physiotherapist or an MBA graduate or an engineer, we have our own role to play. When it comes to MBA graduates, probably you have a major role to play to transform our country. That is what we expect from you. How do you do that? When you do that, our chief guest said it's a for you, you are all dealing with the business and businessmen and business establishments. Your 1-point program is to make profit if you are in business, otherwise you have to quit that business. The economy. Now India, where do we stand as on today when it comes to economy? We have gross domestic product of about 7%. We are in 7th position in the world, but how much purchasing power we have, that a PPP we call, we are in 3rd position. Though we are in 7th position in GDP, we have occupied 3rd position when it comes to the purchasing power. Then how our growth, if you take it for last 2 decades, from 1990 is a milestone when Narasimha Rao took over and finance minister was our previous Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. The liberalization and total transformation of economy started from 1990. So from 1990, we have been showing the consistent growth of about 7%. And in 2014, last year, what IMF said, it said India is the fastest growing economy in the world, probably beating China shortly. They also said India's economy is the brightest spot in the world economy. So something is really happening in the field of economy in our country. And we will have that potentiality to become a 3rd in GDP. Now we are in 7th position. In years to come, probably we will be occupying the 3rd position in our country. Now, what are the reasons for this type of growth and calculation? You know, our country is, if you take the area-wise, it's not that big. It is 2% of the world area, only 2%. If you take population, of course, we are a huge country. But if you take the area, it is only 2%, where we are carrying 18% of the world population. This is what the actual situation is. To country to grow, what is required is, one is the natural resources what we have. Then our agriculture, where we stand. Then comes the industry. Then the service sector, where you people are going to join, service sector. Now what is happening when it comes to agriculture? You know that 70% of people, ours is a rural India is real India, because 70% people are living in rural areas. Now slowly equation is changing, people are migrating to urban. But the calculation is it is 70% in rural area and 30% in the urban areas, the population are residing. But present day agriculture is suffering. 49% of laborers are in agriculture sector. And what is the output of these laborers? It is just 17%. When it comes to industry, 20% of laborers are in industry and output is 26%. But when it comes to service sector, the last 5 to 10 years, probably we are jumping in this particular sector, where 31% of labor, they are contributing to the 57% of our GDP. You see the service sector. When you talk about service sector, which sector you are talking about? You have been considered, India is considered as a major manpower supplier for the whole world. Because of that 66 crores of people below the age of 35. Entire world, wherever you go, there are Indians. 1 out of 6 people are Indians in this world. See, that's why this advantage of the number, 130 crores of people. So that is what we say, we are the world manpower supplier because of this huge number. Then we are the major exporters today. What? Not industry products. We export IT. Our information technology people, in a huge number we are exporting. Then the BPOs, then the softwares. And the 2004, the figure it is unbelievable. It is 167 billion US dollars in 2014. $167 billion worth export from the service sector. This is why the whole world is watching about the India. So we have to be proud. And now there is a occasion for you to become the part of this, the progress. Coming to education system, it is my favorite topic. Probably there is a paradigm shift is taking place. We have been into this conventional education for last so many years. BA, BSc become first three, then all these professionals, there ends the matter. It is all commerce-focused areas we used to have, but now slowly it is changing. It is business management-focused. These days it is business management-focused subjects we are accepting, and the number of schools, MBA schools available as on today in our country is 3,554 business schools. And how many graduates not coming out, how many graduates are entering this particular MBA is 3.5 lakhs. It's a huge number comparing to other sectors. You see medical, about 55,000 doctors are coming out. Dental, you take about 25,000 doctors are coming out. Only engineers and MBAs. They are coming out in lakhs and lakhs. So coming to our business management school, what we are trying to do, we want to replicate the American system. We are trying, we are not doing it, but we are thinking and trying. But what way we can do that? Which are the areas we are trying to touch and see that we replicate the USA model. The one is the organizational structure and things. Other one is the pedagogy, the teaching and learning and all these things. The pedagogy, what we do here and what is happening elsewhere. Then the curriculum. We keep some curriculum for about 10 years, 15 years, we don't even change. We continue with the same curriculum for decades. Then the evaluation system. Then comes the industry interface. That is most important for you. Then finally, the research. What I am thinking, the Kavya first prize, that is 5,000 cash also, with a huge certificate, framed one, for her project work. There are people, we have to identify them and motivate them for taking the research. So these are all the areas we are trying to replicate. This is where the changes are going to take place in the business management system. Yeah, let me not take much time because I am aware that you're all in hungry mouth, including me. I know Professor Dr. Shankaran for last 3 years. I also know that he is struggling in our existing system under VTU. Because it's very difficult to change the system when you are in the ocean, isn't it? Can you change the ocean so easily? You are in the ocean, it's very, very difficult. He is finding it difficult to introduce his new ideas and thinking because we don't have that system, and here the work culture is different. He was abroad for so long. Here the work culture is totally different. And to accept his ideas and thinking, not much is happening. At the postgraduates, you're all lucky to get trained by Professor Shankaran and his team of faculty members. Because if you are with that best faculty, you move with them for 2 years. you would have imbibed so many good things, so many extraordinary things that you won't be able to realize. And being Professor Shankaran's students, nurtured, what is our expectation is you should contribute to the growth of Indian economy. You should be the leader. When it comes to the business, it is 167 billion. I said we should reach 200 billion with all youngsters like you joining the society. With all this, what would happen? The prediction, what is going on all over the world about the India will become a reality if it happens. So let me thank Dr. Shankaran, his faculty members, and all of you, because my appearance today, there are two things I would always think. One is the opportunity. Opportunities will not come again and again. When it comes, you should grab it. Shankaran has been calling me. In a way, I grabbed that opportunity. But sometimes in life, the accidents do happen, isn't it? In another side, if I see, my chancellor is away. He is supposed to be there in that chair. And he had to travel abroad. And I am here presiding over the function. I consider it's a sort of accident because yesterday only I came to know and I am here today. So let me congratulate each one of you again, your parents, your faculty members for this wonderful moment where you made me a party or a part of your celebration. My special blessings goes to Kavya for her highest CGPA and the projects. Then Amriteya is the best outgoing students of this batch, and hope all of you do well. Don't have to be taken back because these two are excellent. All of you are excellent because you are in majority. Two cannot do anything. You have to do the rest. With these few words, I extend my thanks to Mr. Kumar for having accepted to come here as a chief guest and address you all. Thank you. Thank you one and all.
Pranams to you, sir. Experts say that in relationships, the little things are the big things. Memento always symbolizes emotional bondage among people. I request the president of today's function, Dr. S. Ramananda Shetty, to present a memento to Sri H. Kumar. President of today's function, Dr. S. Ramananda Shetty, is presenting a beautiful memento to Sri H. Kumar. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I invite Professor Radhakrishna Sharma, my learned colleague and Professor of Finance of our institute, to deliver a note of gratitude.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and all the invitees gathered here, it gives me immense pleasure to propose vote of thanks on the occasion of graduation ceremony of our 16th batch of MBA students. At the very outset, I wholeheartedly thank Dr. S. Ramananda Shetty, the president of this program, and the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Nitte University for accepting our invitation and conducting this program in a very befitting manner. On behalf of all of you present here, I extend a heartfelt and sincere thanks to you, sir. My sincere thanks are also due to Sri H. Kumar, Managing Director of MRPL Mangalore and the chief guest of today's graduation ceremony. Sir, you have made it a point to come over here despite your busy schedule. I profusely thank you very much for accepting our invitation and enlightening with your expertise and wisdom. All of us are very much enriched by your inspiring and intellectual talk. On behalf of JKSHIM, I express my heartfelt thanks to you, sir. I wish to thank Dr. N.K. Tingalaya, Chairman, Academic Council of our Institute, and Dr. N.S. Shetty, Professor Emeritus of our Institute. Sir, you are the great source of strength for all of us, and we would like to remember your contributions to the Institute since inception. On this occasion, I thank both of you very much. Thank you, sirs. Dr. Niranjan Cheplunkar, Principal, NMIMIT NITTE, has been extending all academic support and guidance from time to time. We thank you very much for gracing this occasion. Sir, we remain grateful to you. My special thanks to Dr. Srinivas Rao, Vice Principal and COE, NMIMIT NITTE, who is a very efficient and effective in conducting examinations as well as for the speedy delivery of the results. Your unique style of working has impacted everyone in the campus. Thank you very much, sir. It is my duty to thank all the heads of the institutions, of our sister concerns, HODs of various departments, and faculty members and non-teaching staff for making it convenient to attend this program. I thank all of them on this occasion. It is my pleasure to thank all the persons from the media who are present here. You are doing a wonderful service to us by letting us know the outside world what is happening at NITTE. I extend a sincere thanks to all of you. I thank all the parents of our students for being part of this wonderful function. I hope all of you are very happy today to witness your son or daughter receiving graduation certificates. Thank you very much for gracing this occasion. I must thank our esteemed director, Dr. Shankaran, who is constantly encouraging and guiding all of us. I also remember all the teaching and non-teaching staff of our institute for making all the necessary arrangements for this function. I thank and wish every student of this institute who has received the graduation day certificate a very bright and prosperous future. Let me once again thank one and all on this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to a national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen.